making the same mistake. Why? I've been called a workaholic, a perfectionist, an overachiever, and I am not proud of any of it.
So in 2022, I made a big decision in my business to close down my private coaching program because I was becoming completely burned out from coaching. And since then, I've found that I'm still just as busy, except my day is filled with more things that I truly love. Walks in the neighborhood, playing with my dog, concerts in the park with my kids, and doing the things in my business that I really love. But I noticed recently that I started making the same mistake with my YouTube channel that caused me to burn out from coaching back in 2020. So I decided to take a walk, clear my head, and make you a video for the channel all about it.
So in 2020, I was building a coaching business, and it really started out as a passion project where I would get to help people in the online space building their online businesses, and then I would earn a little money in exchange for doing that. Well, over time, what happened is I put this huge amount of pressure on myself to monetize that business, and my coaches and my mentors and my teachers at the time kept telling me that I needed to increase my skills, to go deeper with my clients, and also to significantly increase my rates. What happened was I felt so much pressure from having to monetize something like that I really stopped enjoying what I was doing. I didn't have enough time to work on the rest of my business. I was coaching hours and hours and hours a day, every single day throughout the entire year. So I was missing out on time with my kids during summer, and I would come down from my office at the end of the day exhausted from spending so much time intensely working with people, as well as not having gotten anything done for my own marketing in my own business. And about halfway through 2021, I realized that I was completely burnt out and that I needed to make a shift going forward if I was going to be able to sustain having an online business in the future. And so I took stock of the business and I looked at what I really loved doing, where I was really passionate about my business, and I realized that while I loved teaching, I loved mentoring, I loved training, that I really didn't want that pressure anymore for that one-on-one coaching aspect. I wanted to have more time freedom to create videos like this. I wanted to be able to teach larger groups of people the fundamental skills that they needed to be successful online. And I also wanted to have some time to hang out and play with my kids and pet my dog. So I shifted at the end of 2021 and decided to completely close down my private coaching business for 2022. And I really wanted to focus in on YouTube. So I started really taking some classes on how to improve the production quality of the videos, how to make videos for my ideal audience so that more people would see the content. And I stopped just uploading whatever it was that popped into my head that week to YouTube. And I really got very, very analytical and focused and strategic with the channel. And here's what happened. I realized that I was making the exact same mistake again. I was doing all the things that I had done with my coaching business with this YouTube channel. I was way too focused in on the analytics and trying to come up with like that perfect banger video that everybody was gonna watch and YouTube was gonna share with everybody in the algorithm and the channel would grow really quickly. And I was so worried about making it perfect and being formulaic, almost robotic and systematic that I really lost sight of why I started this channel in the first place. And that was because I wanted to share my gifts with you. I wanted to bring the things that I was learning that were helping me in my business and help just one other person who might be out there watching my channel. I never worried about how fast the channel was growing or how much the channel was growing until this year, and I was repeating those same mistakes over and over and over again that caused me to burn out before in my coaching practice. I mean, I'm not saying I'm having a total and complete breakdown, but it's getting pretty close. Okay. That might be a bit of an overstatement. I'm not having a total and complete breakdown, but I did recognize that if I continued down this path to try and make everything so perfect, I would stop taking risks on the channel. I would stop making videos like this that I really think are important, because if you're creative like me, then chances are you have been here at some point in your life, and it probably feels really good to hear someone say, I get you, I've been there, and I am not alone. Or maybe I'm just saying that because I'm hoping that someone watching this video is feeling that way so that I don't feel alone. Either way, it's my channel, and so I get to share with you what I want now. So I decided that if I wasn't enjoying it and I was just focusing in on the perfect video, I wouldn't make things that I really wanted to make, and I wouldn't be making the things that were really true and genuine and authentic and important to me, because I was so focused on just making something that I thought people would search for. And I decided in this video to really dig into, why do we do this? Where do we make these common mistakes over and over and over again in our life? Why do we do it? And then what can we do going forward to solve it? So first of all, there are a lot of common mistakes that humans make. Procrastination, overspending, choosing the wrong relationships over and over and over again, overworking like I do. And there really are some very common reasons why we do it. So first of all, we want to believe that we're really rational beings, that we're going through life making rational decisions, we're doing things that are good for us. But honestly, I believe that we are almost completely controlled by a couple neurotransmitters inside our brain. And I've talked about these before, but there's dopamine, the one that we seek for pleasure. There's serotonin, that's what we get when we feel like we have status or we're being appreciated and recognized. There's oxytocin, which is the one of the bonding chemicals that moms and babies produce a lot when babies are first born. And then there's cortisol, that's our stress hormone, and that's the one we avoid. We avoid that at all costs. So you would think that, why would I continue to make the same mistakes over and over again, overworking myself, burning myself out, completely having a mental breakdown? Well, completely. If that would create cortisol for me. Well, I think I actually also get a dopamine hit from when I am being really productive. So I can look at this rationally and think, this is not good for me. But in actuality, I'm feeling really good and I'm getting rewarded when I'm crossing things off my to-do list, when I'm really focused on accomplishing something, and I'm getting serotonin when the video hits and more people watch it and the analytics say it's a 1 out of 10, and I'm feeling a lot of pain and cortisol when I see that 10 out of 10, which is leading me to not take those risks. So it really is this emotional thing that's driving us rather than being rational. And I bet if you thought of different areas in your life, if you're overeating or you're drinking too much or you're overspending or you're procrastinating, you could probably see areas that you're being rewarded for behaviors that don't really seem like they're rewarding behaviors. And the other thing that I found doing some research on this is that we want to think that we're going to learn from our past mistakes, but our brain doesn't actually do that very well. Because when we look back on past mistakes, it just makes us feel more like a failure and we feel more guilty about it. And in turn, we end up focusing on that and repeating it over and over again. And so in order to not feel guilty about it, we don't learn from it, and then we do it again. And I think the last thing it comes down to is just some of your natural personality types. I'm a very organized and highly productive person. And so I, again, get that dopamine hit from being organized and being productive and feel very anxious when I'm not working. And I kind of tie too much, I think, of self-worth to my content and to my videos and to the work that I'm producing. And that's a really, really dangerous place to be in. And I think it leads to creating these same mistakes day in and day out, over and over and over again in multiple areas of our life. Specifically for me, it really happens in my work area of my life. So, what do we do about it? Well, the first thing that I found of people who successfully break these bad habits and patterns is that they work sometimes and they're really in the zone when they're working, but they also relax other times, and they don't allow themselves to feel guilty about the relaxing because they're not working when they're doing it. They fully immerse themselves in that activity and enjoy that moment. Because of this, they end up becoming more balanced and feeling good about themselves and the cadence of their life. So this is definitely something I'm going to strive for, is that I will work when I'm working, and I will specifically allow myself time to relax and bring back in that balance and enjoy the time when I'm doing those hobbies and relaxing activities and being with my kids. The other thing is that they don't focus on correcting the mistakes of the past. They focus on what they want to achieve going forward. And I think this is a really powerful one and something I really want to adapt, because looking forward at who I want to be instead of beating myself up and feeling guilty about what I've done in the past will lead to more of those behaviors. I've heard this time and time again. It's a proven fact. You get more of what you think about. So if you're thinking about past failures, you're gonna get more of that, and you get to keep that. But if you focus on where you want to go and the person that you want to be, then you get to move forward. And I'm really gonna focus on happiness and fulfillment. I am going into this next phase of my life, homeschooling our kids in the fall, and going to let go of these expectations of where the channel should be and how it should grow and what types of videos I have to produce, and really produce the things that fulfill me and hopefully will fulfill you and make you want to keep coming back to watch the channel as well. So I'm going to slow down. I'm going to practice more gratitude again, really live in the moment, and instead of getting so focused in on the analytics and the numbers and the growth of the channel, really focus in on the one person who needed to hear my message, that one person that I'm hoping I can help with each and every single video. And now it's really weird. I don't know how I should end this video, so I guess I'll just end it like this. Bye.